What if I told you your entire life is being shaped by invisible rules you didn't even write? The goals you chose, the things you avoid, the way you feel in relationships. It's all driven by one thing, your values. But here's the catch. Most of us have no idea what they actually are. What's happening, Achievers? Ajit Sidhu here. Today you'll uncover the hidden drivers behind every decision you make, and more importantly, how to take back control. Because when you understand your values, you stop reacting and you start choosing. So what are values really? They're not just words like success or family. They're emotional states you're either moving towards, like love, joy, freedom, or moving away from, like rejection, failure, and conflict. Your values are your internal compass that guide your every move. But here's the twist. Most of them were programmed early by your family, culture, or past experiences, not consciously chosen by you. So let's identify the real values right now. Grab your phone or notebook and answer these 4 questions with me. Number 1, what's most important to you in life right now? That reveals your towards values, things like peace, growth, connection, fun, or achievement. Number 2, what's something you would do almost anything to avoid? This shows your away values. Maybe it's feeling not good enough, being controlled, or failing. Number 3, what has to happen for you to feel that value? Like, what has to happen for me to feel loved? You might say, someone has to prioritize me. Boom, that's your evidence rule. And some of us set the bar so high, we rarely feel the things we value the most. Number 4, which is more important? X or Y? And X and Y are your values. So do this a few times. For example, joy versus growth. Which one do you value most? Security versus freedom. This builds your values hierarchy, the order of importance that drives your decisions. Let's bring this to life with a real example. Meet Zara. Zara is in her mid-30s, has a great job, a strong circle of friends, and recently started dating someone who on paper seems perfect. Thoughtful, emotionally available, kind. It's everything she thought she wanted. But a few months in, she starts pulling away. She cancels dates last minute. She feels drained after spending too much time with him. Starts fantasizing about solo trips and wondering if this is all too much. And she's confused because she genuinely likes him. So in a session with her, we started unpacking this. I asked her the first question, Zara, what's most important to you in life right now? She pauses, then says, peace, freedom, feeling like I can breathe. Those are her towards values, emotional states she's trying to move towards. Then I asked, what's something you would do almost anything to avoid? She answers quickly, being controlled, feeling trapped, losing myself. Those are her away values, the states she's trying to avoid at all costs. Now I asked her the third question. What has to happen for you to feel free? She thinks for a moment and says, I need space in my week that's just mine. No pressure, no one needing anything from me. I need to feel like I can say no without guilt. That response revealed something powerful. Zara had an internal rule about freedom. In her mind, she could only feel free if she was completely alone and no one depended on her. Freedom to her wasn't just a feeling, it was conditional. And this unspoken rule was shaping how she showed up in her relationship. Then we looked at connection. I asked, what has to happen for you to feel connected in a relationship? She said, I need to feel seen and understood. I want to be able to share things that matter and know the other person really gets me. So far, so good. But now it was time to explore the internal ranking. Zara, which is more important to you right now, freedom or connection? She hesitated, then admitted, freedom. I hate saying that, but it's true. And that's the moment everything clicked. She realized that every time her relationship moved deeper and got more serious, her number 1 value felt threatened. Not because there was anything wrong with her partner, but because her top value, freedom, felt at risk. So she started pulling away, not from disinterest, but from fear. Her values were in conflict. Once she saw this clearly, the guilt and confusion began to fade. It wasn't about sabotaging a good thing, it was about protecting her highest need. So we explored a new question. How can you experience a deep connection without sacrificing your freedom? And that's when real change began. Zara realized she didn't need to choose between the two. She could design her life and her relationship in a way that honored both. She started building in solo time on purpose. She communicated her boundaries with clarity. And most importantly, she rewrote her rules. Because until now, her inner rule was, I can only feel free when I'm completely alone and no one needs me. And that rule made freedom and love incompatible. So she created a new one. I feel free when I honor my needs, express my boundaries, and consciously choose how I spend my time. Now that rule was in her control. Freedom wasn't about escape, it was about self-trust. And connection didn't feel like a threat, it felt like a choice. So let's recap. Values are emotional states you move towards, away, or away from. You didn't consciously choose many of them. Each value has a rule you believe must be met to feel it. And your hierarchy of values explains why you behave the way you do. Understanding this gives you power to rewrite the rules and realign your life with what actually matters. So here's your next steps. Spend 10 minutes answering these 4 questions. Number 1, what's most important to me in life right now? Number 2, what's something I do almost anything to avoid? Number 3, what has to happen for me to feel whatever your answer was for number 1? And number 4, which is more important to me? Value A or value B? Repeat this with a few different values to discover your hierarchy. Then ask yourself, are these values truly mine? Or are they someone else's rules that I've been inherited? And if they don't reflect who you are, now it's time to update the system. You get to choose what drives you next. If this helped you see your life a little more clearly, give it a like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's feeling stuck. And remember, you're not here to live by someone else's rules. You're here to write your own. Take care of each other and yourselves. Bye.